Hi, Slush. This is Pouya, CEO of Rayca Precision, a discovery stage AI therapeutic company developing treatments for immuno-oncology and rare diseases using AI and physics-based simulations. Across different modalities, which are antibodies, macrocyclic peptides, and small molecules. Drug discovery is a painfully slow and fragmented process. Pharmaceuticals, conventionally using, only exploring a tiny fraction of possible molecules and protein conformations. And it takes like 10 to 15 years and billions to for a drug to reach a market. And 8% of them fail when they enter the clinical trial phase 1. We have a very, very low success rate. Now we have GPUs. So that we can compress millennia of evolution into days of exploration to solve the broken path of life, the pathways that actually causing diseases, to treat the diseases that are hard to treat. Rayca's AI ops can fan out across tons of the GPUs, and to kind of scale this discovery for millions of compounds generated in a couple of hours instead of like waiting for weeks. And then run physics guide triage for translation and removing the bad candidates early on in the process using molecular docking, ensemble modeling, and MD simulation for energy and kinetics. And we using advanced modeling for proteins that can be like drugs that are very, very hard for some proteins to be drugs. So we are actually using those modalities to kind of target those difficult pathways. So the new material of evolution are now software primitives that can be run at scale and at will. So we need to first ask brutal questions, actually. So will the binder stay folded when we target a protein? Will the pose hold under the solvent and the pH? Or what is the likely residence time on a target? And will it aggregate mischarge or carry immunogenic flags? And we need to answer all those at a scale to enable the modality innovation. So we can design pH-sensitive masked epitope ADCs or bispecific ADCs, and also like bispecific antibodies and peptide degraders. And the opportunity size actually is dependent on like the revenue that we are getting like from near term, which is out-licensing the drug candidates early on in the process after having early signals, which has like an average deal size of $250,000 and $4 million for milestone and small-digit royalties. And in the long term, we can out-license the assets in early optimization phases, and then the ROI will be a lot more. So it end up with like a SOM of $1.3 billion obtainable market and over 10 years. So, and the business model is actually, so we're capitalizing on out-licensing early assets, and in long term, capitalizing on the assets that we have like after lead optimizations. So, and our platforms actually uses the data to fit, data we generate to feed it back the models for more specific designs and smarter drawings. And so we can lower the cost per asset, smarter designs, faster validations, and higher D values. We have a great team of AI and biotech and like BD like go-to-market people, and also great scientists that have like decades of metabolic disease experience, and some paid collaborations with great institutions. So we have internal assets that we are developing, and we are raising funds to actually run our let's say internal validations for the pipelines that we have and expand to the targets that has higher values. And thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Pouya. Let's begin the Q&A.
Perfect. Thank you so much. A quick question about the market overall.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a space that is heating up quite a lot. There's a lot of players who definitely want to be able to part and serve these larger pharma companies and pharma partnerships as well. What is it really that allows you to have a foot through the door and just be able to get a first conversation with these clients to begin with?
So to open up the conversation with pharmaceuticals, we need the validation to be in place, which now we have like our first AI-designed peptide, receptor antagonist, having some observations like early signals in the functional assays, and we're building on top of that. And so we're designing more innovative therapeutic candidates for like antibodies, and those are that are very innovative in targeting like hard to targets, and then we can actually open up conversation over time, and that pharmaceuticals can feel like if that can be accelerated too much and the platform can support a larger scale discovery, they'll go for it.
Do you guys develop your models in-house? And can you elaborate a little bit more on that
Great question.
training process, if that's the case?
So we are not training models that generate molecules in-house. We are actually putting them in the pipelines that can be integrated with the physics simulations. So we are planning, in long term, to because we have a data platform that logs design that we are generating and experimental readouts that we are generating in the laboratory and feeding back to the models for fine-tuning for domain-specific use cases. Of the, for example, for some specific modalities, we can fine-tune in the future. But now we are trying to just scale this up and try to get the heat early on in the process and remove the bad candidates early on so we can optimize the whole thing. Yeah.
Sorry if I missed this earlier. Are there key therapeutic areas you're tackling first?
Immuno-oncology is the key one. Well, we have a pipeline metabolic diseases, which we already have heats showing up in the laboratory.
And who do you see as your key competitors going forward? Is it like the isomorphic labs of the world, or?
Isomorphic is a great company, but it's a very different delivery method. So we're in another side of delivering. We're focusing on scaling the whole thing up and going after very hard modalities, in very complicated models, and trying to validate those early in the lab. And to come up with the heats that can really actually work, and going with the early out licensing deals, which really can help us to bring early revenue for the company. So that's the strategy here.
Anything else? If not, then thanks a million, Pouya.
You're welcome.
Yeah, let's give a big hand.